Welcome to day 2 of my comparison between Genesis Mining and the GAW Miners Hashlet. The payments are in for today, for Genesis Mining and for the GAW Miners. So let's go straight now and look at the transactions for today. Basically the way I'm going to do it is all the transactions I will post as text into the description box, so it makes it a little bit easier for you to see it, and then over time this will get updated, and then I'll keep adding today's total with as it goes along, so we get nearer to the magic RRI figure. So it'll be interesting to see which one reaches RRI first. So let's have a look at the transactions today for Genesis Mining. So I've zoomed in a little bit to make it a little bit more easier to read. So these two down here are yesterday's payments, and they weren't the full 24-hour payment, so I didn't really add them in because obviously they weren't hashing for a full day, so there wasn't really no point mentioning them. Now, to find out which contract is which, you can just quite easily hover the mouse over this little icon here, and it will tell you straight away. So this payment here is for the 10 gigahash payment. Life means it's obviously a lifetime contract. So that was my payment today for the 10 gigahash, and my 1 megahash script payout was 45,808 Satoshi. Now all of these prices here are after the fees have been taken out. The fees with Genesis Mining are exactly the same at the moment as GAW Miners and their Hashlet product, and that is basically for every mega hash you pay 8 cents as a fee, and with their SHA-256 contracts you pay 1 cent per 5 gigahash. Now you can't get 5 gigahash with either. The minimum you can get is 10 gigahash, so basically you will have 2 cents a day taken off your payments for fees. Now what I'll do now is I'll open up my Bitcoin wallet, and you'll be able to see straight away that you know, we can compare. So you can see here that all these figures are exactly the same, so you know that the payment I received is the payment after the fee. Otherwise this amount here would be less than that amount here. Good thing also with my Bitcoin wallet is that I can see the price in real time in US dollars and cents, so I can kind of get an idea of how much the payments are worth also in US dollar currency. So I hope you found that useful for the Genesis Mine, and obviously, like I said, I will be posting these numbers down in the description as well, so do not despair. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go straight away and have a look at the payments that I got today with my Hashlets. So here we are in the Zen cloud. I just want to go over a couple of things first. Yesterday the multi-hashlet, the clever hashlet and the waffle hashlet all lowered their prices by $1. So the waffle hashlet, for example, that I paid $17.95 for is now $16.95. Typical, eh? Just another day and I could have, you know, bought something for less than $1. It doesn't matter so much in the comparison, because at the end of the day I'm comparing like for like, and like I said, I did get a discount code with the Genesis Mining, so at the end of the day it just means that the waffle hashlet is slightly more cheaper now than what I paid with a Genesis Mining contract. Let's have a look at the rates for today. So let's have a look at the rates for the Genesis Hashlet. That's what I'll be focusing on more at the moment. As you can see, multi-pool is at the top. There's not really a lot in it at the moment though, just a few Satoshi here and there. It's not really, you know, it's not like one pool is really standing out from the other. And the Zen pool, as usual, is doing quite well too. There you go. And then the other pools down there underneath. Let's have a look, see if I can see waffle pool. There's waffle pool. Not very good. So waffle pool's at the bottom. Yeah, and it's probably the you know, it's not one of the cheapest Hashlets either. But there you go. I'm sure another day waffle pool will be, you know, second or third place. So anyway, enough of all this. Let's go and have a look at what our payments were today. So here are our payouts. Now please bear in mind that the figures that you will see here are the figures before they take off the maintenance fee. That is very, very important. I'll go over the maintenance fees in a moment because they'll be listed on another screen, but you just have to remember that. Don't see these and assume that that is what you'll be getting. You don't get this. This is what you get before the payment, before they take off the maintenance fee. It's very important to know that. Okay. So anyway, let's have a closer look at what the payments were for today. So the Hashlet waffle gave me 52,049 BTC. Again, you see this after pull fees. Now that might confuse a little bit. That means because some of the ASICs, I think, that GAW miners do are able to use the Zen Cloud, and they have to pay pull fees. With the Hashlets, you don't pay pull fees, but that doesn't mean that that is the price of all the fees. You still have to have the daily maintenance fee removed from that payment. It's very important. Like I said, very important you know that. Otherwise, you know, if you're trying to work out ROI and you forget things like this, and it really affects your figures at the end of the day, you have to remember that. The next one we have is the Hashlet Zen. Nice payment, 62,587. That actually was slightly higher than what the average was on the rates page that we just saw, so it's slightly above that, which is nice. And then last but not least, we have the Hashlet Genesis, which was using multiple US at the time. 14,353. So that's good. Not bad payments at all. So now let's have a look at the maintenance fees. Oh, they call them service fees, account service charges, but anyway, like Genesis Mining, they do take money off you every day as a fee. They will take off 8 cents per day per mega hash. So I'd have had 16 mega hash removed in total from my 2 hashlets. So basically 8 cents was taken from here. Now 8 cents in BTC at the moment is this amount, 17,056 Satoshi. And then I had 2 cents taken off my SHA-256, my Genesis Hashlet. That's because they charge you 1 cent per 5 gigahash, and a Genesis Hashlet starts at 10 gigahash. So I had 2 cents taken from me, which was 4,264 Satoshi. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a notepad document that I did, and we're going to compare what we got with Genesis Mining and what we got with Zen Cloud after the fees were taken off. Okay, all the prices you see, all the figures that you'll see will be after fees. Okay, so here we go. Right, and so here's my text document. It's quite straightforward. Days, the prices for the Genesis Mining contracts over here, all the prices for the Hashlets over here, and then this is the total for the Genesis Hashlet and the Waffle Hashlet, and then this is the total cost of all the 3 Hashlets, the Zen and the Waffle and the Genesis. This is basically because when I purchased all of these products, I paid 0.0562 Bitcoin for the Genesis mining contract, and then for GAW miners I paid 0.01. So this is basically just a reference for me. So for example, when this one for all 3 Hashlets gets to 0.103001, then I know that I've reached ROI, for example, for all 3 Hashlets. So anyway, now is the time to compare the prices between the 2 providers. Let's start off with the Genesis Mining 10 gigahash. So after fees, I got 18,752 Satoshi. The Genesis Hashlet after fees were removed came to 10,089. So that's quite a large difference there. 18,752 for one and 10,000 for the other. So yeah, that's quite a surprise really. I wasn't expecting it to be such a large difference. So let's have a look at the Waffle Hashlet versus the Genesis Mining 1 mega hash contract. Again, this is after fees. As you saw earlier on in my video when I was comparing the Genesis mining products, you could see from my multi-bit wallet that I did actually get the same amounts in my wallet. So that was the amounts that I got after they take off their fees. So 45,808 for Genesis mining versus 34,993 for the Waffle Hashlet. Again, a large difference. This is surprising me a little bit, really. Maybe not as much as what I was thinking, but anyway, let's have a look at the Zen Hashlet. The Zen Hashlet, 45,531 after fees have been taken off. The Genesis mining, 200 to 300 satoshis more, but okay, it's not a lot. But then the Zen Hashlet is $20.95, and the Genesis mining contract's $3 less. Plus, when I'm in the Hash Talk forums or on the forums in general, people keep talking about the Zen pool and Zen Hashlet and how good it is. Well, I'm not really seeing that. Okay, it's only day one, but you know, basically today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, or whoever, it looks like the Genesis mining contract won this today. So I'd say out of both two payments here, Genesis mining were better. Maybe tomorrow they won't be better, but it's going to be an interesting battle. But day one fight results: Genesis mining 1, Zen 0. Now you're probably wondering, am I cheating? Because you're going to say, well, the Genesis Hashlet price that you had up just now on the screen was higher than what I've posted now. Yes, because as I said, you have to take off those fees. Now the easy way for you to see this is basically as follows. If you added up all of these 6 figures, now all of these 6 figures are all the payments I've had with Zen, with the Hashlets over the last 2 days. There are all the payments there. Okay, now if you added up all of those figures, you come to this: 0.00121125. I'm quite happy for you to get a calculator out now. Pause the video, add them up yourself. Okay, there's no cheating going on. This is just the facts. This is just the way it is. I'm not trying to say that one is better than the other. You know, I'm just coming into this. You know, I like both providers. They both offer great things. They have, you know, they both are great for each other. I think it's brilliant. But if you added up all of those, you come to that figure. Now, as you all know, with the Zen Cloud, all of the Bitcoin that you earn is kept on their system. So you end up having a total in Bitcoin at the top. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how much is actually in my Zen Cloud account right now. Now if this figure here matches exactly what is listed there, then you know for a fact that all these figures are true and correct, and that is how it's going to be. Okay, so let's see. I'm now scrolling up the zoomed in area here, and here you go. That there is exactly the same. So there you have it. Genesis mining on day one were better than the Zen Hashlets. They were better than the Genesis Hashlet, the Waffle Hashlet, and even the Zen Hashlet. Now the Zen Hashlet surprised me, because I honestly thought that the Zen Hashlet payout would be better than the Genesis mining 1 mega hash payout. I really thought that. I'm just sort of surprised. So we'll see what the payouts are like tomorrow. But thank you for watching my video. Please comment on the video. Please like the video if you want to, or dislike the video if you don't like it. Fine, that's okay. Please share this video as many people as you can that you know. Maybe let people know in Hash Talk forums about this video, so you know that they can have a comparison, so people can talk about the videos. I don't mind. Subscribe to the videos so that when I post more, then obviously you'll see more as they come up. So thank you once again for watching this video. I know it's very long, Very sorry about that. I'll try and think of new ways to make them a bit shorter. Maybe I'll just do the notepad thing in the I don't know. Anyway, we'll see ways to make it short. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.